Welcome back, Team Snowcat, to another video. It's a beautiful autumn day here in Calgary, Alberta. Look at that. The mountains have snow in them. The leaves are all changing color, which sucks because it means winter's coming and I can't ride. But that's okay. Today's nice. Today we're talking about the 5 pet peeves I have of motorcycle riders. Man, I might sound like an elitist, but let's get into the video and tell you what you think. If you guys do one of these 5 things, the chance of me riding with you is pretty low. It's my peeves, man. Everyone's got something that bugs them. I know in the comments right now you're typing, "Ha, Snowcat, everything bugs you. You're a whiny biatch." Okay, well, whatever. Chill. Let me explain. These 5 pet peeves are the things I just can't stand riders do. Number 1, revving. They rev at the lights. They rev at the stop sign. They rev everywhere. It's typically a Harley or a 600cc bike with no exhaust on it, and when it's idling, when there's no load on the engine, it just sounds so shit. I'm not bleeping that swear, YouTube, because I need it for my to get the point across. It just sounds like ass. It really does. Like, no one wants to hear a bike revving a million times. Yes, to downshift we have to rev, I get it. When you downshift you go 2, 1, right? Makes sense. But they sit at the light, they just rev, or all 600cc riders will sit there all revving. It's just I'm a rider and I can't stand that. The revving's gotta go. My second pet peeve, all right, number 2 pet peeve is what I call the old 403 lane change. Now 403 is an area code here, and there's a group of riders called the 403 riders, and it just seems most of those guys do the old 403 lane change. It's when you steer, you push left to go left, and then you push right to go right. They think they have to turn with their body, so when they change a lane, they go like this. They move their whole body to move the bike. They think that's how you have to lean the bike. You have to lean your body. It's no, you use the control inputs right here. That's how you do that, bud. And you see it so much here with bad riders. They just do this crazy lean to get the bike to lean, and that's their thought process. I don't know. Cute little dog. We'll keep the bike quiet here. The bad rider trying to get between 2 cars quickly, and he leans like this to get the bike to lean or something. It's so bad. Number 3, you guys have heard me talk about this in videos all the time. It's the duck feet. It's where the rider puts the heel on the peg like this. You can never see it. There you go. They put the heel on the peg and they put the toe out. When you lean over, you're gonna hit your toe, and it's like staying on the balls of your feet. Your toes are your feet when you're playing sports or whatever. You don't go waddling around on your heels. That's not where you do it. You get all your spring, all your suspension, you get all your all your performance from the balls of your feet or the toes of your feet. So it looks so weird to me anyway. But you put your toes on the pegs, and you put your feet forward like this, and when you want to shift, you put your foot forward, shift, bring it back. Their logic is they put their heels, and they go brake, they put their foot to brake, they put the foot out. They go to shift, they put their foot out. They go to shift, put their foot out. That's the thought process. That's not how you do it. And it just looks so silly. But yeah, guys, duck feet. Don't get caught doing duck feet. You look retarded. You can tell from a mile away. The bike's like this, and they have their feet sticking out. Oh, grinds my gears. Number 4 is kind of in the same realm, I think. It's what I call landing gear. It's when a rider doesn't know how to balance their bike, and they just go around with their feet scraping the ground. You know what I mean? So it's they have their landing gear down for their motorcycle. The second I'm past 1 kilometer, I can balance my bike, so I don't have my landing gear down. So where they have their feet like this, and they stay off the pegs, and they walk their bike, like duck walking, they walk it. There's a funny video I saw on Instagram the other day of this guy with this bike where he's just revving it constantly, and he just didn't know how to balance it or even drive a manual for that matter. That's not how you use a clutch. And he was just walking the bike with his feet out. the entire time, or they have them just held there like landing gear. Last but not least, number 5, and this kind of goes for not just riders, but for anyone that drives a manual car, and I talk about it a lot on my channel, and I always get contested with it, saying, oh, snowcat, it's a heavy clutch, or snowcat, it's a stage 3 race clutch, or snowcat, you don't know that car, or you're... No, stop. This has got to stop. For bikes, for cars, it's when people feather the throttle, and by feathering it, I mean like not revving it, well, not like revving it, but not constant throttle. So I'll try and demonstrate at this light here. When it goes green, I'll do what I absolutely cannot stand and hate. And I hate even more when my commentators say, look, you're wrong, snowcat. They're doing it right. Here we go. Open this so you can hear. Here we go. The worst start you've ever seen me do. That's what they do. They like rev the throttle constantly. They do it in ricers, and you can hear it because their exhausts are like fart cans. They do it in sport bikes, and they like rev the throttle. And then, oh, it's okay, it's a stage 69 heavy clutch, calm down. No, look at the most expensive GTR, which you guys love. You Nissan fanboys love the GTR. Does it do that on launch? No, you hear it go, and it holds it at one at 1 RPM. When it drops the clutch, it accelerates. It doesn't sit there revving it stupidly. Or look at the R8, look at any twin clutch car, look at any dual clutch car, any automatic, it doesn't do that. Why would you be any faster in your ricer or your... It's just to make noise and you look retarded. Like, don't rev the bike like that. I see it all the time. I see it in cars, see it in bikes. And that's my top 5 peeves. Don't get busted doing it. Oh, snowcat, you're an elitist. Yes, I know. I think I'm better than everyone else. I know. It's okay. As long as I know I'm like that, that's the first step to fixing the problem, right? But all jokes aside, guys, I get it. Sometimes I'll put my feet up when I'm doing my long tours. I put my foot like this on my frame sliders. I'll get comfy. I get it. But when people go around, it's like bad form, you know? It's like, do you want to be a better rider? Or no? If you don't want to be a better rider, then fine. Who cares? Do whatever the hell you want. Keep doing what you want to do. But someone like me, I always want to be a better rider. I always want to be quicker. I always want to learn. And so if one of those 5 tips helps you learn, then I've done my job here today. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to go for lunch now, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.